We trace back apprenticeships within Telent, and we can trace it back to the days that we were Marconi, and even prior to that, sort of GC sort of days and things like that. So actually, we look back through history, and we discover that we've had apprentices for before records began officially. So actually, we speak to all sorts of people that are in the business, and you speak to people that are very senior in the business. You discover that they were apprentices, and it's very interesting talking to those different people.
The current programme that you're working on, adding value for the organisation?
It's adding a huge amount of value. In terms of the organisation, the infrastructure technician qualification is what we do across various different areas of the business. And so bringing people in and training them up as complete new starters without that history has been really advantageous, where we know that we can train somebody up to exactly the same standard, and we know that they'll be able to work across a diverse range of different areas within our business. So it's been superb. The other thing around this is we think it's really important to train up people and to do our bit to make sure that we are continually building that workforce. Ultimately they may end up going elsewhere, but we're helping to tackle that particular skill shortage.
How do you keep your kind of training programmes up to date so that your teams are skilled up to work with emerging technologies and looking towards the future?
So every year we look at what our needs are within the business at that particular moment in time. But when I say at that moment in time, we're looking into the future. So we're looking into how is that technology changing? Do we need to have more awareness of IP, for example, within the business in the future? And we look at those different factors, and then we look at what those needs are to plug those particular factors. And then essentially we bring new people into the business to deal with that. There's been many different examples of that as well within the business, where actually we appreciate that within rail there's a shortage of people that are able to act as rail engineers, and some of the people that you met earlier today, so Max as an example, is getting trained up in rail engineering, but from a very specialist perspective in terms of networking, and he will have a fantastic career purely because of the fact that there is a shortage of people that can do what he can do.
Obviously we've heard a lot from the apprentices today. They're actually based in various locations across the UK. It's great that they're getting these opportunities. Why is that important to Telent?
So to us it's important that regardless of someone's location, they are able to have that opportunity. And if we look at some of the areas that we work in, we work all the way across the country. Some areas have a higher unemployment rate than others, and we think it's important that we look at all of those different areas that we work in order to make sure that we're helping the right people get the right jobs and go into the right industries. The other thing is that Interqual have been really, really helpful from our perspective in terms of being able to deliver on that nationwide, from that nationwide perspective, as it's really helped us to be able to say to the people in Chorley that we are able to support them, we're able to provide them exactly the same support as an apprentice would here in Warwick. So it's been really, really helpful to be able to do that.
So how has the delivery of the training programmes helped with this aspect?
So all of our apprentices know that every Monday they are able to spend time on conducting online training. So they have a lesson with one of Interqual's tutors every single Monday, and they know that time is to be dedicated entirely to their apprenticeship. So they're able to learn from that tutor, and they're able to receive exactly the same training as they would face to face. The other thing is that we actually take on lots and lots and lots of apprentices, and therefore every single quarter Interqual have kindly agreed to meet with all of our apprentices face to face once a month in one of our offices. So it's been really, really helpful to bring all of our apprentices together so that they can get that experience and share with each other. The thing that's been really, really good about that as well is our apprentices are able to share some of their best practices. They set up their own Teams calls between them to discuss some of the different practice that's going on, to discuss what they've learned, and they set up their own virtual classrooms to do some of the learning as well. So that's been really, really good and helpful from our perspective.